Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video because today I'm going to be showing you my step-by-step journey of how I built my dream aquaponics system. Now after 5 days of working on this system, I'm going to be taking you guys to the very beginning of when we first looked at the blueprints to build the system. So before we start, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss out on a video, and please like this video. Let's go and start. Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a super fun video because today we are going to be building our aquaponics setup and all the upgrades we're going to be doing to the hydroponic setup and to the aquaponics setup. We have a lot of stuff to do. Now, this video is going to be like 3 hours long, so we're going to be splitting it in half. Everything we get done today will be the first part, and then tomorrow's going to be a very big day because tomorrow we're going to be picking up the fish, we're going to be dumping the water in it, we're going to be making sure everything works right. So that video will be more of maintenance and doing last minute stuff. So before we start building everything and talking about what we're going to be doing, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go and start today's video. Alright, before we do start building the setup, I want to talk about what we've done to prepare with all the buckets full of water and all the stuff we're going to be putting into the system to make sure it functions right. So first, in this box right here, we got a ton of grow lights, which will be very exciting because we're going to be adding 3 grow lights on each shelf. Then we have a ton of rocks, even more rocks that we have in other areas. Then we have kind of like the pebbles to do the strawberries. We have a ton of fans, and this is just kind of like the hose to bring it all the way up the shelf into the biofilter. Then we have a lot of stuff here. I was talking about this in a different video. We have all of just kind of like the hydroponic pots in there. We have the pump, we have the pH level tester thing, we have all the air, biofilter beads, so much other stuff. We got the filter, the goldfish food, and then so many other things. I'll be covering a lot later in today's video too. We have the nutrients for the hydroponics, and however this opens, this is just the pump, or not really the pump, it is the piece we're going to be putting onto the biofilter to make sure there's no leaks. So hopefully this works. And I guess I don't even know where I'm going to be starting. There's so much to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start doing the grow lights, try to get all the grow lights and fans put on, and then start doing the actual setup. And then yeah, we'll see how that goes in the next few minutes. So I guess I'll go start getting the actual grow lights ready, and I'll see you guys in a second once they're ready to be put on the system. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. I've gotten all of the wires off all the things, and I've kind of looked at each one because some of them I put this like blocker thing that's extremely hard to get off. So now I kind of have to figure some stuff out with that to kind of just figure out what I'm going to do with that and just try to make sure it works right. Then I've gotten all of these on, so now I need to figure out where to put each one. I need to just zip tie each one to each shelf, figure out all the electrical stuff, and then I guess I'll see you guys once I figured all that out. And then yeah, alright, I gotta say that was a lot more complicated than I thought that was gonna be, but after about 30 minutes I have finished. Definitely a lot of cutting I'm gonna have to do with a lot of the zip ties, and just to make it look cleaner, I guess. I also need to really level each grow light and try to get them to be just more leveled, because that's not super leveled when I look at it like that. But today is Christmas, so I do have some Christmas type of activities to do. So I'll probably be working on this in probably about 4 hours. So I guess I'll see you guys in 4 hours, but for you guys it's gonna be 2 seconds. So I'll see you guys when we're gonna go into the next thing. Alright, so now we got the fans. To be honest, I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna be doing this. I'm still trying to decide if I want to have maybe like a fan up here and maybe angle it down where the fan is going directly on this, because I really feel like if I have it like to be honest, like if I have it like up here or something, I feel like that's not very productive. Or like if I mean I could have it right here or something, but to be honest, when I do kind of mess with the just actual parts of this, I'm gonna have to take the fans off, and I really like them to be more permanent. So I might, plus if I put them like right here or something and try to angle them down, the grow lights are gonna be blocking some of that wind. So I might try to put them like up here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put them up here and then face them down, and it'll go down across here, and I'll have another one doing this. And then once I get a lot to a lower level, it'll be a lot easier, because I'm assuming I'll probably, to be honest, I don't even know really. I'll probably do something like this. To be honest, when I did the planning, I did not think the grow lights would be this far out. So I need to kind of figure out how to do this. So I guess I'm just going to work with the fans a little bit and just see where I can get with that. And I'll see you guys in a second once I actually get the fans installed. Well, I've looked around with the fans, and to be honest, scratch the idea. We're not going to be doing fans like that. We're going to be sending those back in the morning. We're going to get another one of those fans. We're going to put it on the other side. Might get a little bit more, but to be honest, well, it's not really necessary. So we're just going to get one more, try to angle it a little bit better. Maybe even we could get like little fans, put them under like that and angle them straight up, and then put like rocks under them so air can still get under it and then be sucked up. That could probably be a good method too. But to be honest, I don't even know where I'm going to start now. So I might start with the biofilter. I might start with the fish tank, because now the hydroponics are done. I just have to order that other fan and do some stuff with Amazon. And then, yeah, I mean, it's all coming along. I might just grab scissors and try to mess with these a little bit and try to make it more neat instead of looking like a jungle or something like that. So, I mean, I'll probably just go ahead and start with the biofilter. Maybe do some measuring, make sure I have, make sure that wherever that hose went, that hose is long enough to go from the fish tank all the way up to the biofilter. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys in a second once I figure out what I'm going to be doing next. Alright, so I ended up taking everything that was kind of sticking all over. To be honest, looks like I missed a few. Now I'm kind of looking over. I'll have to cut those in a second. But we ended up cleaning up all the other stuff going down. And then I ended up grabbing some stuff to kind of start the biofilter. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put that together off camera, and then I'll go ahead and talk about it once it's done. So I'll see you once this is done. Alright, so I just finished the biofilter. There's still some things we still need to kind of do to finish the rest of it up. But here's what's going to happen. There'll be a pump in the corner. It'll pump water all the way up into here, all the way through this, and then another pipe will take it all the way through into this, going all the way through the system, back out. Here's what's happening with the actual filter. We have two of these sponge things, and we have a ton of biofilter beads. There's a more correct word for that, but I'm just going to call them beads for now. To be honest, I probably will just get a box after this, one of those more fancier, expensive boxes, because this is going to really suck to have to clean every 2 weeks. Plus, it's just going to be a huge pain to have to clean all of that and then have to take everything apart. Hot glue everything back together, and hot glue is not the best thing at all. So I'll probably just go with a box and order it, because I think it'll take a few weeks to get here. So yeah, so there's still a lot of things I really need to do. I'll probably try to finish up with this really quick. What's sad is that actual cording did not fit, so I'm going to have to take our hose that we water all the plants with, kind of cut it up a little bit, and just use it for the actual aquaponics system, and I'll have to order more of those. And then some complication area in this, and I'll have to send this back to Amazon. And so definitely some complications in there, but other than that, it's still going really good. I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to finish some stuff up, and then just start putting stuff together. So I'll see you guys once I kind of figure out what I'm going to be doing next. Okay, well, I just ran into a huge problem, and I'm testing out the pump, and I just plugged it into the hose and brought it up as high as it could possibly go, and the water doesn't even get 1/3 of the way up. And that's a huge problem, because that just shows that the pump is not going to work at all. It is not powerful enough, even close. So that runs into a huge barrier really, really quickly. But luckily, I do have a different pump for the watering, so I guess I'm just going to have to order multiple of everything, I guess. And a lot of stuff is going to have to go back to Amazon, so that's more work, but at least I have extra upgraded versions of that. So I guess I'll go ahead and put that together and let's hope it works. Alright, I ended up finishing it. It kind of looks like just a water slide. A lot of just water hoses, which is fine. But to be honest, I might cut it like right here and try to just shorten this out a little bit. I feel like it's just kind of too much. I really do hope a lot of this works. Plus, this wasn't long enough, so I had to kind of improvise and make sure that hopefully works. I can't say for sure it will, but just I need to cross my fingers and just hope it works. Pump's already in, really hoping that works. It's just going to be kind of like a gamble type of thing. I'm going to have to just test my luck, and let's hope everything works right. A little bit nervous it does not, but I guess we'll see tomorrow. And then we'll have to figure that out very quickly, because by the time we do test it out, we might have the fish by then. So I'll probably have to do some early testing, but I really do hope everything works right. A lot of chances for stuff to go wrong though, which I'm very nervous about. So I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of shorten that a little bit, and then I'll start kind of cleaning those rocks and getting the actual aquarium fish tank ready. Alright, so I ended up kind of taking I'd say about maybe 3 inches off of that. So that's very exciting, and it looks a lot better too. Then, going into the germinating room, we are now cleaning our rocks. Okay, so we were trying to just clean as much, just everything off of these. You can see the water's kind of cloudy-ish, some stuff like whatever that is on these rocks. I probably will do 2 of these to just clean as much off these rocks as possible that we do not want in the water, and then we'll probably just use these, move them over to the fish tank, and then start throwing in some plants, and then we'll fill up the fish tank probably tomorrow, test everything, and then pick up the fish if everything works right. So I guess I'll see you guys in a second once I can get as much rocks on them as possible. Alright, so I got all the rocks in, and now I'm starting to think I might stall on getting the fish tomorrow. I might try to wait a little bit. I'm looking at Amazon right now, looking at biofilter boxes, and it looks like the earliest I can get it is within like 4 days. So, I mean, the fish could probably like run off of this for a while, but I really don't see it working for a week. So I might go ahead and do the fish tomorrow. I have everything ready, and we're about to go ahead and start doing the plants. I really need to get more rocks though, so I might have to pull out the plants later on and just try to get stuff here as fast as possible, and then go ahead and order stuff maybe in a few minutes, and then just see when stuff will get here. And if stuff will get here within a few weeks, then I'll probably hold off on the fish. But right now, the plan is getting the fish tomorrow. Alright, so I didn't end up doing just the plants. I ended up kind of just throwing some in, and I realized, yeah, we're going to need a lot more rocks. So I ended up just placing an order for about 20 more pounds of rocks, which is a lot. And so pretty much what we're going to be doing is I ended up placing an order for the other box. It'll be interesting to see how that works. And I ended up placing an order for some other pumps and other stuff that I'll need for the actual other setup. And yeah, I really do hope this works. I have kind of decided I can start the system without these. I'd like to kind of start this to see if it works and just kind of work with that. So I think the plan is I think for now I'm just going to say maybe to tomorrow. It's really just going to have to be what happens tomorrow morning. So the second I wake up, I'll probably wake up probably about 10 and try to get as much done as possible. Before I do, I'll probably check out Amazon and see if the orders are supposed to get here when it is. I'm really hoping they kind of say it's going to get here a few days early. Odds of it isn't super high with Christmas just happening, but really hope it does happen. And yeah, so I think for now I might, it's kind of 50-50, maybe yes, maybe no. But also I do want to say there will not be a second video tomorrow, so if you guys are going to be setting your calendars and your timers for the second video, there will not be a second video. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys have anything to say about kind of like the setup, how it's going, or anything like that, please comment that down. It's crazy that after 3 months of work, we are finally starting to work on this, which is so incredible. So incredibly excited to work with all this. I'm trying really hard to get my hands on some of these particular goldfish I really like. I saw this gold one. I probably will not get that. The odds of getting that is very low. I think I'm just going to go with a lot of classic, just normal goldfish. And then there's also ones at the store that kind of look like koi goldfish. That doesn't really exist, but the coloring of the goldfish looks exactly like a koi fish. So I might try to get a few of those because I really like koi fish. So I think this is just going to be the end of today's video. Didn't get a lot done, but at the end of the day, we still learned a lot of stuff. We made a lot of important decisions that we really needed to make, and I really feel like with everything we've decided to do today was the right thing to do. So I just really want to thank you all for watching today's video. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. If you guys think anyone else that you know would like to check out this channel or any of our other videos, or maybe this video, please recommend this channel to them. I'd really appreciate it if you would. And yeah, please hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss part 2 of this video. It'll be coming out at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, I really want to just give a second to appreciate all of you guys for spending your time today to support this channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace. Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today is part 2 of building the aquaponics setup. There was a lot to talk about, and yesterday in part 1 I was talking about how we were going to be picking up fish today. Scratch that, we are not going to be picking up any fish today. We've made up our minds. We have a lot of things that we had to order yesterday after the video was over, and that's what I'm going to be talking about a lot today. We have some other things that we are going to be putting together that we already have, so like the air pumps, the heater, the thermometer, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, so before we start today's video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification and all so you do not miss our video. Please like this video. Let's go and start today's video. For everyone that happened to miss part 1, here's a quick update of everything we did in part 1. We ended up building the biofilter, had some problems with it that made us do a different decision that we will be talking about later in today's video. We had to do a lot of tubing stuff, and we've started on the fish tank, and we ended up having to choose a different pump, because the original pump that was going to be used could not get the water even 1/3 of the way up. And so yeah, so kind of talking about everything else. Oh, also we ended up adding 3 grill lights on every single thing. We ended up deciding we are not going to be doing the little fans on the actual system, and we're going to get a bigger fan and try to do some different things with that. So kind of the thing I was going there for a second is the biofilter. It's weak, to be honest. When you kind of push on it like that, water going through it for about 30 minutes will completely just wipe it out. It all just won't be working right. So I'm gonna have to really decide on what to do there. So pretty much what we are gonna be doing is I ended up placing an order for just kind of like a biofilter box. Little bit pricey, but I really do feel like this would be a lot better than working with this. Plus, that is going to really suck to clean. I'm going to have to fully take it apart. I'm going to have to take all the sides off. It's just going to be, it's too much work. So I think I'm just going to take it apart. Some of this stuff, hopefully we can return back. The sides, the nozzle
adapter things would definitely be able to go back, since we haven't really touched them much. But sadly, the stuff inside will be a lot harder to get back. So a little bit disappointed about that. But at the end of the day, it still makes some good content. Still is a learning process. Lets you guys know what mistakes I made so you guys don't make the same. And we ended up placing another order for some more rocks and some other stuff we're going to be working on with just the watering feature on that side. So pretty much the problem is with the rocks is there's like no rocks. I mean, there's a good enough layer where you can barely see the bottom. You can see the bottom here and there, but to be honest, like for the actual plants, we have to have them like this, and then we have to kind of cover them up with rocks like that, so they just stay in the same spot once we actually fill it up with water. But the problem is there's not enough rocks to kind of form a little mountain around the plants and have enough rocks under. Plus, there's not enough rocks to even cover this up where it doesn't fall over. So that's number one. So we ended up placing an order for that. And it looks like it's going to take a lot longer than hoped to get here. It's going to take about 3 days from filming today's video. So yeah, so we'll have to figure some stuff out there. So I need to decide if I want to go ahead and turn the system on and go ahead and start throwing in the plants, because the plants are ready to go in today. So that's kind of like the problem here. But we do have a lot of the other stuff over here. We have all the other stuff, the heater, the fishing net stuff, and then air pumps, and I think this is the thermometer. Yes, the thermometer's right here, and then the bio filter tester. And then, yeah, so we'll probably do some stuff there. But other than that, today's video will be pretty short, other than me talking through the entire beginning. So I guess I'll go ahead and start putting stuff together, see what I can get done. And a little bit disappointed we aren't picking up the fish, but we'll probably pick it up just maybe the day before or whatever. So yeah, let's go and start. All right, so I ended up doing a little bit of some of the stuff. We have the air pump thing right there, and we have the heater already kind of just there. So there's not really a lot of other stuff to do while we're waiting for all this other stuff to show up. So yeah, so there's not really a lot to do. So there's still the thermometer, but that could be just the last minute thing, because it'll just be a, here it is, stick it onto the side, and then it's right there. And then the other stuff is for the hydroponic system, but the hydroponic system isn't as important as having this ready. So I think I'm pretty much at a good stopping place for now, because I pretty much did it all yesterday. I think I'm going to try to get that stuff here a little bit earlier. Maybe see what I can do to maybe get it here earlier, but other than that, I think it's just gonna be a fun waiting game. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what videos I can come up with in the next few days. And then till then, we'll be waiting on that. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. So please subscribe, hit the notification on all, so you do not miss out on a video, and please like this video. There will most likely be a part 3 to this series, even though yesterday I said it was only gonna be 2 parts. So if you guys want to check that video out whenever it comes out, please hit the bell notification on all, so you do not miss that video. And yeah, I just really want to thank you all for watching today's video. Even though we didn't do a lot in today's video, I just want to give out a huge thanks to everyone that stuck around to this point. And yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace. Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today will be one of the biggest parts to the series. Today is going to be part 3. We are going to be adding everything to the system. Hopefully by the end of the day, we're going to be replacing the biofilter and doing all of that. Maybe cleaning around here, trying to make it look neat. We're going to be putting in all the plants. Now, everything got here this morning. Actually, I should probably reword that. 3/4 of everything got here this morning. We are still waiting on the biofilter, wherever that is. So before we start, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss our video, and please like this video.
Now before we start, pretty much all I'm going to be doing for the next like 2 minutes on this video is explaining the plan for today. So let's go ahead and start.
All right, first of all, 3 of the things I've got in here. We have the pump. Hopefully this is the hose. Hopefully. And then we got 20 pounds of rocks. That's gonna really suck to get out of there. But hopefully that should fill up the bottom of that pretty good. I think if it doesn't fill it up enough, I think I'm just gonna end up saying, you know what, it's good enough. I don't want to wait for more rocks. And I might place another order for some more little rocks and just go ahead and add everything else and just do that. So we ended up throwing everything else on the shelf. But I was thinking, you know what, I don't even need the shelf anymore because the biofilter is going to sit on the ground next to it. So I'm going to have to take the biofilter apart, try to return some of the parts because we don't need them anymore. And then, so to be honest, I don't really need the shelf anymore. So, and nothing else in the room needs the shelf. So I think I might just use it for my Lego channel and just use it as a Lego storing shelf or Lego investing. So I'll probably just go with that or something. And then, so yesterday was a huge day. We didn't do it on camera, but we ended up doing it like, I think it was like 9 p.m. when we ended up taking all this out. We took out all the basil. We took out some of the cilantro. The rest of the cilantro is right here. Then we took out a lot of the other plants in the actual hydroponic system because some of them weren't looking good. And then we ended up taking out the giant basil plants, and then we forgot to take out the tray, I guess. So we ended up doing a little bit more yesterday off camera too. We did the little thermometer thing, and we did a lot more. To be honest, I don't really know exactly the plan for today. I think I'm gonna try to have the plan of getting the fish later tonight, but to be honest, with how much we have to do and just for preparing the water and stuff for like that, we're gonna have to pick them up tomorrow. So that'll be part 4. Part 4 won't be a very big video, but it'll be pretty entertaining on the fish topic. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning those rocks, give them a few rinses, and then I'll see you guys once we start filling up the actual fish tank. Alright, so we got all the rocks in. That is so incredibly exciting. Now I just have to do a little bit of some moving around, kind of like what I did with the pump to kind of hold stuff down because now it's on top of the rock, so I have to weigh it down. There's a little bit of some more things I have to throw into it, and then we get to throw in all the plants. So that'll be very fun once we start that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of moving some stuff around to hold some stuff down, and then I'll let you guys know once we start putting in plants. All right, well, I ended up getting all the lights installed really quick. I had not started on the plants yet, but I will be doing the plants next. So just check this out. That is so cool. All those grow lights. That's gonna be cool. All right, so we ended up throwing all the plants in it. I think it'll probably depend on what happens when we fill up the actual fish tank and if stuff starts to float or if we don't like how it looks like in the water from the outside of the actual fish tank. We might move some stuff around before we throw in the fish, but right now it's looking pretty good. We ended up covering up the pump so we could try to just prevent fish from getting stuck to it when it's on, and then we ended up hiding a little bit of this around it. Not great, but it still hides it a little bit. We have a heater. We're gonna heat it up to about 65 to 60 to 70 degrees, somewhere in that area. And then that'll probably take all night once we fill it up. And then we still have to do all the plants, which will be a very, very, very long process. So I need to do some work with the hydroponics, and then I'll see you guys once we get that done. All right, so I was looking at the hydroponics, and really I need one of the buckets in order to do what I need to do to set up the other system. So that's really why I haven't done it yet. So I think as soon as I just go ahead and end up, well, let's rephrase that actually. We're gonna go ahead and dump one of the buckets in, and we're just gonna keep dumping the rest of the buckets in, and let's see how it goes. And I think I might just go ahead and start filling up the actual system and start heating it and all that. And maybe, just maybe, I could get the fish later tonight. I don't know for sure, but I need to have the biofilter, and for some reason Amazon keeps delaying the biofilter to be delivered. It was saying like I think it was like 6:45 to like 10 p.m. About 3 hours ago, and now it's saying 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So kind of once it hits that area, the odds of it actually being delivered isn't very high. So we're just gonna have to cross our fingers. If it gets delivered tomorrow, then that's fine. But we're just gonna have to really keep looking at that and seeing where it is. And yeah, let's go ahead and start filling it up. All right, so we just dumped in the water. We've turned on some of the things. We turned on the bubbles to make sure they work, and they worked really well. The heater is on right now, so we will see if that works. So it's set to 70, which is about the area where I need it. A little bit in the higher range of where it needs to be, but pretty much where it is right now is the perfect temperature. It's about room temperature. I think when I did my research, it was about 60 to 70 degrees, so it's about in the middle, which is absolutely perfect. So far, the plants actually look really good. Over time, I think I might get some other decorations like SpongeBob house, or just the Krusty Krab, or like some really cool iconic type of decoration. I kind of wish there was a little bit of some more plants that was a little bit higher, but other than that, that is still fine. I might get some plants, some real plants eventually to put in this, but for now, I think I'm just gonna stick with fake plants. Plus, they're a lot easier to work with. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break right now, see if the heater works. So far, it is heating up a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back in this room and I'm gonna start getting all the plants ready. We do have one of the pipes already over there, which has been used a lot, so I might try to clean that really quickly and then start. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna take a break, get some other videos done, and then yeah, we'll see where this is in a little bit, see if it heats up, and yeah. All right, so it's been about 2 hours since I've just let the heater in. So far, the heater hasn't exactly set it to exactly just 70 degrees. So I'm a little bit worried in that area because the temperature has barely gone up. So I'm gonna have to look at probably the manual for that and see how the actual thing functions. So I just turn it up to see what it does, and then we'll see what that does. And so after the 2 hours, I was doing some stuff for another video, and I heard the Amazon truck show up. And then check this out, the biofilter has officially shown up. So incredibly excited about that. It has a light inside, so that will be very fun to work with. I think I was just now looking at the plants in it, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna need some more plants. I really just kind of feel like the plants are small for the size of the fish tank. Plus, I'm gonna fill the water up a little bit higher. So we'll have to decide about that. So really love the plants in there. I'm gonna look at a few plants because some of the plants I really like in here, kind of like oh, here's another problem. The pump. I don't even know what's happened with the pump. The pump has slowly gone out of the rocks. So now I can just pull it out and it's there. So I think I'm just gonna make a huge, like, just a crater, just a huge hole in the actual container, and it has kind of like suction things on the bottom. So I think I'm just gonna have to suction the pump up to the bottom of the fish tank, or maybe I could just do the side of the fish tank, but it really needs to pick up the waste. So we'll have to decide about that, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting the stuff together, start putting it into the outlet, and just see how stuff functions. I have some stuff happening at 7, so I'm gonna have to do this quick, and we'll see how much I get done. But other than that, I'm gonna be working very late tonight because I still really want to get the plants done, because I have a very busy day tomorrow and I need to get the fish tomorrow morning, so it all has to be ready. Also, with me talking for 2 minutes already, we ended up doing 3 buckets of water, so hopefully that should be enough. I might do a 4th bucket, but I need the 4th bucket for the hydroponics that I'm gonna set up later. And then yeah, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in probably 30 minutes.
Well, I'm putting the biofilter together, put all the pieces on the floor, trying to figure out what all this is. This is definitely not gonna work. That's definitely not. Maybe for these, but no. These, yes. They are big, but the problem I was most nervous about is starting to happen. So the actual hose I'm using, the hose, does not fit. This is not gonna fit. This is insanely hard to do with one hand. I can't show you guys. There we go. It's way too big. So I think there's two choices I could do. I could just buy a different filter, much smaller, but that will not work. It's a good idea, but then I have to return this, then I have to go through all that trouble. I think the easiest thing is I'm just gonna have to melt. I think the only thing is I'm gonna have to melt the end of this, somehow try to stretch it out a little bit with some tools, and then try to fit it around this, and then hopefully I can maybe like try to glue it to it. I don't know for sure. I'm kind of just stuck in a way, just a little bit disappointed, but at the same time I knew this was gonna happen, so it's kind of like a weird feeling, you know. But I'm gonna have to figure a lot of this out. I'm gonna have to read the instructions, and I've done this before. That's a good thing, so I know the idea works. The only thing is, it's not the best, and it's just all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this together. It is coming up on 7, so I might have to do this when I get back. But I'm gonna try to do this, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I've pretty much tried everything possible to get this to fit the size of the actual biofilter nozzle thing, and I can't get it to go around. I was barely able to get it around, but by the time I turned on the pump, from water pressure, it just blasts the hose all over. So I'm gonna have to go to the store tomorrow and just see if I can get one there and see just what I can do there. So yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys in a second when we're working on plants. All right, so we've done a lot. It's pretty late. That's why I sound tired. But so far we've done a lot. To be honest, it's kind of just a mix of just frustration and just tiredness. A lot of work has gone into this, and a lot has gone wrong. It's just the kind of nervous, just a little sprinkle of nervousness in there too, worried about either mold happening or something going wrong after, which is so insanely possible, and very nervous about it. We've had so many things that have gone wrong with the fish tank. We ended up taking out all the plants. No matter what I do, I cannot get that just pump to stay in that one spot. So I decided that I'm just going to fully take all the rocks out. Well, not all of them. I'm just going to kind of drag them out of that corner. I'm going to try to, if I have to, glue it to the bottom. That heater is really starting to make me go crazy. I can't get it to stay on the suction, so it's just slowly floated off and then disappeared, which is now there. Biofilter, oh my gosh, the biofilter, just a lot of stuff has gone wrong with that one, and it's only been here for 3 hours. So a lot of things, a lot of problems, but at the end of the day, it'll still be exciting once we get all those plants in. Definitely tired, a lot of hours working in this room, but I feel like once it all is done, it's gonna be really enjoyable. Everything hopefully will go right. Probably some stuff that goes wrong here and there, but hopefully we'll be able to fix stuff. We're going up to the store tomorrow. We will pick up the fish. We are also going to grab some stuff for the biofilter. We're going to grab a bigger hose size. We're going to take a ton of pieces there. We're going to take a few of the nozzles to test the sizes. And I'm going to do a lot of work with that. And I think hopefully by the time that hits, everything should be done. Probably not. Just probably not. Being realistic, it probably won't happen. But that's the plan. We're going to be picking up the fish tomorrow morning. I've already kind of planned it out. I'm going to bed earlier so I can get there pretty much when it opens up and I can pick up all the stuff.
water is turning a little bit of a milky color, so I really need to start filtering it out. Even though I'm talking for like 30 minutes, there's so many things to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and start all the plants. And I'm just going to do an update here and there. To be honest, I don't really feel like filming much because I just am really anxious to get all this done. So I'm just going to focus, try to get this done as fast as possible. Plus, it is like 11 o'clock at night, and I have to have all this done before I pick up the fish. And I just don't like to farm. I don't like to transfer plants to different locations in the morning because it's so hands-on, big project. So I'm just going to try to get all this done. I'm going to try to get some help, hopefully, and I'll see you guys once we have a lot of progress. I forgot to talk about this though. We have the pump in the hydroponic system. We have all the water running through, so it's ready for the plants, and we have all this stuff there. I could not get it to float. Well, I could not get it to stay at the bottom of the pump thing. The air bubbles, there we go. So I ended up wrapping it around the pump so you can see it wrapped around it and tied around it. So hopefully that should work. I really do hoping this does work, and I'm going to get a few more fans to hopefully move the air around so there's no more mold. And yeah, so now I will see you guys in probably 30 minutes, but it'll be 2 seconds for you guys. Well, I should have not started with strawberries because I'm starting with strawberries right now, and the roots are like 4 times smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I figured there'd be a lot more roots on the plants, and there's like just a centimeter, not even like 1/10 of an inch, which is really not good because even if it was like 1/10, even if it was an inch of roots, I don't think the plants would be able to survive in the hydroponics. So I'm gonna have to really stall on that. I'm gonna have to replace the place I was planning to put those in. Hopefully I have enough plants to kind of replace that area for now. I'm just gonna grow them for probably a month longer, try to get the roots like crazy big, and then move into that system. So, yay. Alright, so we finished the entire top row. All of it has basil except the 2 right there. But other than that, we have done a ton of the soil, and all of those are gonna have a little strawberries in it, and I think I'm gonna grow those to probably about a week, maybe somewhere between a week to a month, somewhere in that area. And then once they're ready, they'll be going into the hydroponic system, and they'll be going on this side. That's the only reason why, well, I had to kind of stall a little bit and kind of throw the extra basil over here. So luckily I did extra seeds. Now I have a lot more stuff to do, like all the lettuce, then all the parsley, and I have some stuff down there. I have no clue what that really is. Looking at it, I think that's oregano. I have no clue what this is. Cherry tomatoes. So there's that. I'm going to be working on cilantro in a second, and I'll probably have those go on this shelf, and the cherry tomatoes and all of that will go over there. And then, yeah, so, yeah, alright. It is pretty much done. I'm pretty much done. It is 2 in the morning. I'm so tired. So much to do tomorrow. We're going to be picking up the fish early. We are going to go to the store to hopefully find some of these, some more hoses for the biofilter. To be honest, if they don't have it, I'm screwed. I don't even know what I'm going to do if they don't have them. I'm just really crossing my fingers, hoping that they will have it. The odds of them not having it is low, but also Christmas just happened, so the shelves might be empty. That's also a possibility. So, some nervousness in that area, but hopefully they will have those pieces that we need. There's a few other things that we might pick up there. And another thing we're going to be picking up that's huge is the fish. So we got all the plants in here. We got basil. We got strawberries back here. We got even more basil throughout here. We have the oregano throughout this entire shelf. Then we have cilantro right there. And cherry tomatoes right there. Then going back over here, we have all lettuce and parsley. So grand lettuce, red lettuce, and butter crunch lettuce. I read that wrong first time. Tango lettuce, that'll be a first to try. and parsley, which is right there. So it'll just be really interesting to see if this works. I am really hoping this does, because we put a lot of work and time into making sure this works, and so far, with how many problems we've had with the fish tank, so it'll be interesting. I really feel like I'm kind of just taking a huge type of gamble type of thing, just really hoping this works. A lot of things could go wrong really easily, and a little bit of stress in that area, but hopefully when I wake up in the morning, I can just get the stuff done. I don't have to worry about getting any of the plants done. The only thing I can worry about next is hopefully the plants won't go through anything bad, maybe like just something bad in the water, like a disease or something from the just killing off all the plants. Maybe something that hurts the fish when we first put them in and kills them. Maybe a lot could go wrong with the biofilters. So many possibilities. But for now, I'm just going to block all this out. I'm going to wake up in the morning, hopefully energized, feeling a new day type of feeling. And then, yeah. So, it'll be interesting. I am going to have to re-put all the plants in this. And so there's not a lot to do. Pretty much all we have to do is kind of do last minute things on the fish tank, decorations, throw in the fish, all that. Then we have to do work on the biofilter, and that is it, which is exciting. So once everything's put together, I just have to do stuff here and there. But kind of going back over some of the stuff that I was doing, like the strawberries, which is right here. Those did not, well, the roots were extremely small, so I can't really work with those much anymore. So I'm going to be, hopefully they will grow really well in the next few days, and then I can move them over to the hydroponics once they get a lot bigger. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end today's video, edit it really quick so it can come out tomorrow morning. And then, yeah, so please subscribe, hit the bell notification and all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. This is going to be the end of the video. So I really appreciate all of you guys watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.
Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video because today is part 4 of building the aquaponics series. Today is going to be a very packed full video. In fact, it is going to be so busy, I'm filming the intro the night before. So right now, it's about 11 p.m. I'm going to be waking up early tomorrow, going up to the pet store, and I'm going to be picking up all the fish. Now, the reason why I am starting tonight instead of tomorrow morning is because I really just kind of want to do like just a preview everything that's really been going on, kind of the reason why we're going to be getting more stuff there instead of fish, and just a little bit of some time to just kind of talk about this and do like a small recap. And yeah, so before we start, please subscribe, hit the bell notification and all so you do not miss out on a video. Please like this video. Let's get start.
Alright, now first of all, we've had so many problems with the fish tank. Now, probably, they're not the most significant, but we've had a little some problems kind of with the heater, kind of just everything staying in its spots. We've had some problems with the rocks. Luckily, we fixed a lot of that, so hopefully it should stay like that, but we've had a lot of problems with the pump kind of floating off its area. Just the other day ago, I woke up and the pump was all the way over here instead of being stuck in the corner right there. Also, our tubing, the hose we were planning to use to hook up to the biofilter does not fit. So we're gonna have to go up to probably Lowe's, probably bring a lot of the pieces, figure out everything that we are just need, maybe some extra stuff for some other projects we're going to be working on later on, but we won't be talking about that for a long time. So we've done a lot. To be honest, we were actually hoping to get the fish today, but we've had some problems and we weren't able to pick up the fish, and we didn't have enough time. Actually, I was so busy today, I didn't even have time to do a video for Tropical, which is my slime shop, and then I didn't have any time to do a video for this channel, so I'm missing the video from yesterday. If you guys were wondering, that's kind of what happened. So I guess I'll see you guys in the morning when we're heading over to the pet store. All right, we just finished up at Lowe's, got some pieces there. Now we're heading to Petco to pick up the goldfish.
Usually we get a shipment every 2-3 days.
They're all looking at me.
All right, we got the fish. I'll see you guys when we get to the greenhouse. Okay, so we got the fish. The bag is sitting in it, getting their water about the same temperature as the fish tank temperature. But, so we did run into some issues at Lowe's. So I'm going to be talking about what we are doing instead to make sure the biofilter works as efficient as possible. So also, we got some snails too. So just to clean the fish tank a little bit and make it more good. So first of all, we got 2 different types of just hoses. We have this big one. It's more of a kind of like a heater, just more of a heated type of hose, more designed. And then we got some Gorilla Glue and stuff like that. And then we are going to be gluing both of those together. Now, wherever the pump went, we're going to be putting the pump up. The pump will pump it up. Then it'll go through this clear hose, and then so we'll glue the pump hose to this, and then we would cut this to probably a short length, and then we would glue this to that, and we would put that against the actual filter, and then hopefully, crossing my fingers, the pump is strong enough to pump it through this and to pump it all the way up into the hydroponic system. But it probably will, to be honest. It's a really, really strong pump. But yeah, so I'm going to be leaving the fish in the bag a little bit longer. Probably, well, I'll just have to see on the water temperature and all sorts of stuff like that. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do some research on that area. And then I'll probably do an update here and there, probably just all sorts of stuff. I'm really thinking, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of fish. Well, let me rephrase that actually. I'm fine with fish, I can touch the fish. I'm just not a huge fan of them. They kind of are just, I find them interesting, but I really feel like since I kind of built this system, I have a lot more well, I can't exactly find the word, exactly what I'm trying to find, just a lot more respect. That's the word. A lot more respect for fish. I'm fine with touching them now. And it's just kind of funny to see, like, once you actually start working with something, try to get, like, you to do something, you start finding a lot more respect for stuff. Like, to be honest, when I first built the grow room, I wasn't that big of a plant lover. I mean, I would grow stuff here and there, but not as how much I love it now. Because every second of this, it's always a new day. It's always something amazing and fun to do. And I really feel like the next step of that is going to be working with fish. And I'm really excited to start just learning a lot more about fish. And letting you guys on to the journey of just learning all about fish. So, I think I'm going to just let these bags slowly change the temperatures. And then once we open up the bags, and let the fish free. We probably won't do the same with snails because, to be honest, snails, I mean, I'm fine with snails, but they kind of disgust me a little bit more. But I'll probably take out the fish and then start putting in the plants, or I might do something like that. I really need to put the pump in first before I do the plants. And yeah, so we're going to start doing that. Also, I did not talk about this yet. We have a net. We're going to use this for plants. It is breathable, but it's just kind of like a net for plants and all sorts of stuff like that. We're going to put that over. We're going to test it for a few days, make sure it is breathable, make sure air can get through it, and then we're going to put it over the thing so when the fish do get more excited during like feeding time or like just more like that, they don't jump out on accident and then we wouldn't be in the room when it happens. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing that, and I'll see you guys in a second. Now, before we do take the fish out, I really do want to kind of explain the biofilter situation a little bit more. We have made sure all our pieces will fit together, so the odds of it not working is low, really low, but it's still there. The only thing that is a little bit nerve-wracking is usually you're supposed to have your biofilter going before you get your fish. Well, you should have your biofilter working for about 24 hours before you get your fish in the system. So it's not really great. We're gonna be turning it on a little bit after we put the fish in, but at the end of the day, we will be turning the system on later tonight. The video will be over by the time we do turn the system on, but other than that, the system is ready for the fish. We just have to put in a few things together. We have to glue stuff together pretty quick, and then the Gorilla Glue is fast drying. It takes about 24-ish hours. Well, it's 24-hour recommended, but we'll probably do maybe 12 or something. Yeah. Oh, and it looks like the snails are starting to go, which is really cool. Oh yeah, you can see them going. Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, so, and it's looking like the fish are starting to do good still. Starting to thrive. And yeah, all right. So we've made a lot of progress in the last 10-20 minutes. We had the pump going all the way up to the biofilter, and we have the pump going all the way out of the biofilter. And then we haven't officially hooked it up yet, but we're just gonna let it sit for about 24 hours. I might go a little bit less than 24 hours, but 24 hours would probably be the smartest thing to do. There is still a little bit of some problems we could have or just run into. Number one, pump not being strong enough to go all the way through that pump, it all the way through the filters, and then all the way up the tube to the very top of the system. Then, the next thing is going to be, some of the pieces aren't glued. Most of them aren't glued. This piece right there going into the black hose is glued, because that one didn't fit as tight, so we had to Gorilla Glue that one, so we were going to have to wait 24 hours for that to dry. Same with that side, we did that side also. But this right here, we could not get it to go as far as like this one, so I'm really hoping that does not leak. But just in case it would happen to leak, we're going to put it in a bin for a while. And if it doesn't leak for like a month or something, we might take it out, but we'll probably just keep it in the bin just to be safe. Because to be honest, I'm only in this room a few times a day, in the morning, after school, and at night to make sure everything goes good. So I'm probably not in here probably about 4 hours, and then I'm in here 4 hours, and I'm in here, and then night goes by, so probably about 8 hours. So I really wouldn't want something to leak for 8 hours and then like come back in the room and then the entire fish tank is on the ground. So that would probably be the worst case scenario. But we do have vacuums just in case that would happen to happen. We do have vacuums that can get it out of get it off the ground very quickly. Sadly, we ran into that problem when we did the first system in a different area. So that's kind of the reason why we have that system. But other than that, yeah, so we're gonna let the bag sit probably maybe 30 minutes to an hour maybe, and then yeah, so we will probably just let the system circulate normally, and then once we actually put the system together, like put the pump in and then put it in that corner and then start it, make sure it's working right, we'll probably put the plants in. So the plants might go in maybe 2 in the morning or something. I usually go to bed a little bit later, especially when I'm really busy. So it'll be very interesting to see. But once I'm done with this project and it's running good enough, I'm gonna start really doing a lot of plants over here. There's so many plants I really want to work with. Spinach, parsley, cucumbers, peppers, tomatoes, strawberries, so many flowers, dill, mustard, so many. I could just name a huge list of stuff I really want to try. So it'll be very interesting. I wasn't planning to show this on today's video, but since we're on the topic of this, we actually have a strawberries starting to turn red. So that is absolutely incredible, and stuff is growing very well. And then, yeah, so I guess I'm gonna take about an hour break and then come back in here, film some more, and go ahead and dump in the bags. And yeah, all right. So it's been about 30-ish minutes since I did my last update. We got all the plants in. We still have a lot more plants kind of behind there. I'll probably grab a little bit more and try to cover up the pump a little bit just to make it look cooler. To be honest, it is not necessary we were adding all these plants, but at the end of the day, they still look pretty cool, and I still feel like at the end of the day, the fish might like them. So, plus it'll give them a fun area to kind of swim through them, fun stuff like that. And yeah, so kind of looking at the fishes, so far they're pretty calm. I think there's one I've been keeping my eye on that hasn't moved much, so it's getting me a little bit nervous about that one in particular, so we might be down to 9. But other than that, they still look pretty good. The snails are doing really well. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just get ready to dump the fish in, and then tomorrow morning I'll probably put the pump in, cover it up with rocks while the fish are in, and turn the system on. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.
That one just
Oh my
kinda
gosh,
got sucked
those
out.
fishies. All those fishies are trying to swim to the top. Time for fishes to eat. Which one are you talking about? Yeah, they're all swimming. That one's swimming too. It's just looking at Dad. It's looking at Dad too. So yummy, so yummy. Well, look.
Maybe they're not used to it yet.
All right, so the fish tank is pretty much put together. From this side view, you can see the fishes swimming. There's one right there. There's the white one right there. There's a ton. So fun. I think we're gonna be picking up some more later on. Probably not tomorrow. And we're just gonna be seeing what happens. The biofilter's not on, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, hopefully that should be okay. All the fishes are kind of huddled up in the corner, which is interesting. So I did feed them in that spot, so that's probably why. But I hope they don't huddle over there, and I put the pump in, and then yeah. So I don't really want them to feel clustered, feel like they're out of room. So I might take out some plants every so often and see how they are. But sadly, I was going through each fish, making sure each one was good. Pretty much all of them are good enough. Just alive. What I mean by that is just, so pretty much one fish sadly did not make it. I was kind of saying that earlier. So we were down to just one fish. Well, we were down to one dead fish. But yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see how it is. I think I'm going to feed them probably in about 3 hours again. And then, yeah, so definitely doing good. I might try to hide the bubble area a little bit better because it looks like there's a fish swimming through there right now. It'll be definitely a fun experience to do that. We did put the net around it, so I do really hope that is strong enough to hold it. Some of the stuff, like this thing, is holding the net back over there, but that is a temporary pump. Then I'll probably cut a hole for this pump, and then it'll go through there. So yeah, it'll be definitely fun. To be honest, the snails are down there. You can't really see it, but they're down there. When we dumped them, they were on top of each other, so now they're still on top of each other, so I'm not really going to say what's happening there. But other than that, nothing too bad is going on. Everything's working correctly, which is very, very, very exciting. And yeah, so after
a long 5 days, pretty much 5 parts to the series. The system's finally done. All we really had to do is turn on the biofilter, and that'll be for a final video, kind of like the finale of the series. And yeah, so if you guys want to check out the other parts, if you guys happen to miss it, I would really appreciate it if you guys would check those videos out. And yeah, this is going to end the video. So if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell notification and all, so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. If you guys would happen to know anyone that would like this type of video or this channel, please recommend this channel to them. And if you guys think anyone would like this series we've done the last few days, please recommend this series. This series was pretty expensive after all the purchases we had to do, plus all the stuff we had to return. It's been a crazy busy last 5 days trying to make this work as efficient as possible. And finally today, it's really starting to do really well. So I'm very, very excited about that. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. I really, really appreciate everyone for watching today's video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.